What's up, guys? And if it's buffering and stuff, I'm sorry. I'm gonna turn down the, yeah, because it doesn't look like it's doing that well. There, turn that down. Man, this is a mess. Ugh. Hmm. Now it looks like it's working. Now it looks like it's working. Unless it stopped working completely. I think we might be in the clear now. Seems okay now. Alright, so I need to give a signal so that I know that I'm live still. Peace. When I see that on the video, we'll get started. Painting is a bit blurry. Alright, I got the piece now. What do you mean no sound? It sounds, I can hear stuff, Simon. I can hear me talking. You gotta turn your volume up. Okay, we good. We're good now. After all that, we're good. Man, alright, Bitcoin's being denied at the 4-hour 20 EMA. Where is it going? Well, it's gonna need to hold this zone. Do I think it will? I don't. I don't. It doesn't look great. I think 3000's in play for sure. Daily RSI is starting to throw up a bull div, and it's still at 18, but markets wants to be irrational. If you zoom out, like we just drew that box like that, like, oh yeah, that's a tradable range, right? And it probably is. But if you zoom out to the daily, that's what you're messing with. So does that look like it's ready to stop? It looks like it's accelerating to me. Go out to the weekly. Look at that. Lost to 786. We're trying to hold this little zone right here. Right there. It's like sometimes you just got to sit back. I mean, we tried to long the bottom. It was working out. Then we got stopped out. And you have your 886 to 2457. But if we put on the, I believe it's the 3-day 200. No, it's the weekly 200, I believe. And this wouldn't be on. Here we go. The weekly 200 is right here at like 3140 or 3150 exactly right now. Is that 3150? I'd just kind of be shocked if we didn't get there. I really would. I'd be shocked if we didn't get there. So like that's three at this point. I mean, I said I didn't think we'd hit 3K. I thought if we were gonna hit it, it was gonna take some serious time. And then a week later, we're basically almost there, which is just mind-boggling. Like, just mind-boggling, man. Like, it's just pure insanity. It's pure insanity. But it's an acceleration of trend. I do absolutely expect the 200 moving average on the 3-day to hold. It'll probably wick down to this horizontal support, hold on the weekly close of the 200 moving average, and it'll be bounce time. The highest this bounce could go, in my opinion, is, and this would be on Bitfinex, like 57.45 ish. And then if we go to BitMEX, we're looking 58.35. And all that range is just the bottom line of the descending triangle. But, and that's as high as I could see it going in the short term. And I think we're probably most likely going to be looking, unless BACT does something crazy, I think we'll be looking at like this type of bottom accumulation. Now the good news, and I said this before, we'll get another alt season just because the US dollar values are so low. Because they're so damn low, it's going to be easy to pump this stuff. When the market cap gets lower, it's going to be easier to pump these things. When liquidity is truly going to be an issue, if it is, any capital coming in will move the market. So yeah, I'm looking at this 300 moving average or the 200 moving average on the weekly. I think we definitely get a bounce there. I think we're already overdue for a bounce. I don't think the market necessarily cares as much. I think we'll know that we're getting a bounce when this bull div that is happening right now on the daily extends over to the 3-day and becomes pretty exaggerated. I mean, that looks good, but if we look at open interest on Bitfinex, yeah, there's more shorts than longs, but it's not crazy. It's not crazy. So, no short squeeze yet. But if we're going to, I mean, all I'm saying is that if we're going to come back up and bounce, the highest that I see us going is to here. And the lower that we go right now, if we do go down to 3K, then I think the highest that we're going to see is around 4,700-ish, this range. So in the meantime, what can you do? I think the safest thing to do right now is to stay on quick flips and just shorten the pumps. Take your profits. It's probably the safest thing to do at this point. This looks ready to roll over here. That'll probably come up here, make a lower high. Tried right there, broke. Here's your little retest. Should go lower here. It is what it is. Ethereum's market structure looks a little bit better, but it looks the same. There you go. Failed retest. Going lower. So just like quick flip targets, if we fib from bottom to top, we've lost the 236. You're probably looking 106 minimum. It's been some good bullish volume though. But if you zoom out on the 4-hour, it's not anything that's going to change your life. It just looks like a denial at the 4-hour 20 EMA, to be honest with you. And if you get a chance to short the 50 moving average on the 4 hour, probably do it. Probably do it. Yeah, Benjamin, you want to accumulate over the course of months? Yeah. I can feel you on that. I mean, this is definitely a generational buying opportunity. It's crazy. Did you guys see yesterday that Ohio is the first state to accept Bitcoin for taxes? Ohio, we're leading the charge. ETH on, I mean, if we just go down to the weekly, we'll go to Coinbase, go to the weekly. It's basically at macro 0.93 support. No weekly bull div. I mean, where's really support here? What's the oldest ETH chart? Bitstamp? No. I can never remember if Kraken or Bitstamp is older. There we go. I mean, look at that support. It's crazy. And really, the next support, unfortunately, on ETH is right there. Like $50, man. It is what it is. If you go to the 3-day, look, there's going to be a lot of really good shorting opportunities because when we do get a pump, we'll just use Bitcoin as a proxy from last bear market. And you see how it got denied, like right at this point, right here again, right? And all that was really just a support and resistance flip in the previous fall. So like if you go to ETH, you do this, and you start looking at like a support resistance flip, well, we already pretty much have it drawn right there. A good shorting opportunity, and then just for quick flips, you can make a ton doing that. And we'll just use the box, and then kind of like this zone here, 50 moving average on a daily, like it'll be multiple points. And if you ever get a chance to hit that 200 moving average on the 3-day, yes please. 200 moving average on the daily, like this looks like a pretty obvious on the daily zone here. I mean, support resistance flip right here. Just multiple spots, man. We're looking at 369. Do I think it's going there anytime soon? Probably not. ETH has V-bottomed in the past, though. Look at the BTC chart. But I'm not worried about that right now. BTC chart is going lower. Why do I say that? Daily chart. The real body. Here she goes. If today doesn't close back above this line, it's going lower. And we're looking at 0.024-ish next. And I'd even argue that yeah, this would be the zone. Down at 0.024. think it'll definitely happen. So let's look at market cap. Tomo still going strong. Still looks good. Let's look at market cap though. Well, here you are, macro 886. Should bounce here, man. Look at that 3-day stochastic RSI. Look at that stochastic RSI, man. Market cap says it wants to bounce. So hopefully it does, then we can shorten the bounces. Because, honestly, just track this part right here. Resistance on the way back up. I'll just use a pink box. Right there. Should be pretty big resistance on the way back up. That's 50%. Just saying. Just saying. We're definitely, guys, I will reiterate this, we're definitely getting another like mind-bending alt season. In time. We're definitely getting another one because of this. Like I always say, it's the scorched earth theory. The earth is scorched now. Inverse head and shoulders on BTC? Probably not. I don't see one. Probably looking at maybe the 15-minute or something. Yeah, I don't see one, man. No. Unless you're looking at a different time frame or something. I mean, what are you saying? We might get a big inverse head and shoulders as our bottoming pattern? If you guys are wondering about the BCH, ABC, and SV pumps, I'm not participating. Not interested. I'm just staying out. I don't trust those guys as far as I can throw them, and I don't want to add to that ecosystem. Polly's. What a bounce. What a bounce. Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, guys, I really wouldn't be looking at alts right now, to be honest with you. I'd just be looking at shorting into pumps on BTC and ETH. I think that's probably the best. To be honest with you, I mean, I just do. It's BTC's got a bottom to even think about alts at this point. So that's what we'll be doing. That's what we'll be doing. Help? Okay. No, I'm not looking at that. Oh. Zcash? I mean, it doesn't really matter, man, honestly, at this point. Yeah, you can play this bottoming pattern. See, I better hope it holds. I mean, there's a good risk reward, but what are the chances it's going to hold? It always has, but you're talking about a coin with an aggressive inflation supply and pretty much a dump schedule from the founders. You can call that an inverse head and shoulders probably on the daily better than you can on the 3-day. Looks pretty textbook. The real body on the head is lower. The wicks on the left shoulder or the right, and the right are lower, or on the left is. This doesn't look horrible. It's actually pretty damn. I'd want the head to be deeper, but that's pretty damn. That neckline is straight flat, man. Is there a volume push off the current level? Looks like it. If you're trying to accumulate more Bitcoin, sure. I just don't see a volume. If you zoom in, I don't know. We'd have to probably look at. I mean, what's the biggest market for Zcash? It's probably Binance. Bithumb, okay, well that's Korean. L-Bank, what is this crap? Hit BTC. Let's just look. We'll look on coin signals. Just volume across the board. I guess it's picking up. Look, you know where you're wrong, man. Like you do, you know where you're wrong. It's gonna be a daily close below like 164-ish, 160-ish. And even if you want to play the real bodies on that so you get a better risk reward, then you're looking at a daily close below 170. And your target, to be honest with you, your first one would be like 258. I'm just eyeing it, right? So if I go to the daily, I play the inverse head and shoulders play. That's more of a triple bottom than inverse head and shoulders, but it's such a nice neckline that I want to call it inverse head and shoulders. So since you could really go from any of these points. Yeah, right around there. 268-ish. But 200 moving average would be first. It might not be a bad idea. You know where you're wrong. Daily stochastic RSI is crossing up. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. If you're trying to get more Bitcoin, US dollar value, but it's not a terrible play. It's always been defended at this level, so it's got to get going though. No, they will not go to zero. QKC still going. Good God, you're not kidding. What in Christ's name is going on with Quark Chain? Is this for real? I mean, we've got it down here, but we sold it like right here. Not in my wildest dreams would I ever dream, especially under current market circumstances, that this is what this coin would be doing. Did I miss something? What in God's name is going on with this one? To have resistance, but damn. Here's a good lesson for you guys to know that stochastic RSI can hang out at the top for a while. We're talking about being at the top for a month and a half. So like this being near the top up here doesn't mean anything. Man. It's probably got to cool off. But what a run. What a run. I wouldn't get out of anything right now. I'd get out on the bounce, guys. Just wait for the bounce. You'll know it when you see it. You won't need me to come on and say this is the bounce. You'll know the bounce when you see it. We've had $10 billion days recently come into the market. That would move the entire market 10% right now. Let alone 3 days of 10 billion. Everything bounces 30%. Yeah, but testnet, that doesn't matter. Guys, I'm going to reiterate, because I've been saying for a while, and we got Tomo at the bottom, 3,000-ish sats, right around here. It's got its mainnet coming up, and this project is cooking on a fundamental side. I absolutely 100% believe this has $500 million market cap written all over it next alt season. It's just got to touch it. It doesn't have to stay there, But I'm seeing some other projects that have, historically $1 billion valuations and more. And this is damn near just as good as most of them, if not better. Long Guang has already pushed NEM to $10 billion. And he's leading this. Any chance I would get to buy it right here. I already told you guys for a while to get it right here. If you can get it right here again, I would do it. Okay? This is a banger. And let's look at it versus ETH, because it should be going up, because ETH is a dumpster fire right now. Looks even better versus ETH. So if you're an ETH hodler, and you're like, oh shit, I'm holding this ETH. I think holding your ETH in Tomo is probably a better idea. Make sure you get it over to KuCoin for the token swap, because the token swap's coming up, because IDEX obviously isn't going to support the token swap. And I think it's December 14th or something like that, so KuCoin will support it, I believe. So you just can't expect a decentralized exchange to do a token swap for you. Decentralized exchange, they call themselves. Meanwhile, they got to do KYC on people. Go or Hot? Did Hot die yet? Did it hit 9? That's what I mean. I said 9 and 11 sats is where I'd buy it at. So I think you'll get 9. But yeah, 11, I don't know. What a mess. Losing the trend line. You might be able to get it at 9, man. For real. NPXS will bounce back to 19. With the dividends, it should still turn a profit. That's what I'd do. That's where I get out. It'll still turn a profit. And look, you'll get a lot of these right here, guys. These posts. These are the exact same things that you'll see in a bull market. Guys calling for 60K. Parabolic Trav saying this is going to 100K. John McAfee making crazy bets about $1 million on national television. He'll do things. You know what I'm talking about. So you'll see this, and this is just like this is 1 minus BTC. It's the inverse chart, right? This is 1 minus bullish euphoria, if that makes sense. So damn, that inverse chart looks bullish, doesn't it? And if you want to shorten the pumps, that resistance right here, though? It's got to come down, man. It's got to come down. It would not shock me to see a retest of 5,500, 5,700 on a wick. If you get a chance to short that, do it. This is me talking to myself for watching this later. BCH. Oh my God. They're at $100. That's funny. So what's going on with these right now, guys, is that like a lot of exchanges don't have withdrawals enabled yet. And so people can't send their coins over to, like Coinbase doesn't, for instance, and a lot of people hold their BCH on Coinbase. And so everybody's coins are being held hostage. And since nobody can really sell, except for people that buy, it's just an artificial pump. But when all these exchanges allow you to withdraw, people are going to send it to Binance. They're just going to dump this shit. Okay? Is Wax still looking good? Because I know we were looking. Yeah, it doesn't look half bad, baby. Look at that. Touch that box right there. Holding the 0.5. Doesn't look bad. If I could get it at 1289, no, 1290, I'd still do it, guys. That's one. Is PHX pumping? No. What's Go doing? Looks like shit. Yeah, I'm alright on that. No thanks. No thank you. But thank you. Doge. Ridiculous. Ooh, that's ugly. Oh, good God. R.I.P. Bat. See you in hell. Good night. Nem? Nem still kind of going? Not bad. This should bounce here. Or really down and by 1660, to be honest with you. But you'd like it to bounce here. Don't want this to go so deep. Interesting. I belong West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Cash. Go. Yes, full on breakout mode. That doesn't make any sense. If you guys ever see this pattern, like this, and it's not coming after a monstrous pump, and it doesn't really even matter if it is. This is surefire pump material. I told you guys for a while this looks bullish. This like mark this down in your little trading journal or something. Like screenshot this pattern. I've seen it 2 notable times now. VeChain last alt season and right now on Cash. Okay, and so it's in my little mental notebook that off of a bottom, sideways, just continuously rising, boom. This is trading journal material right here. It looks good, man. Daily's about to cross bullish on the moving averages. Really, the next 6,100, it should come up and test. It's cloud bullish on the daily green Kumo twist. I mean, it's not quite cloud bullish yet, but it is. Lagging span isn't out of cloud yet. But it looks good. Should continue. You'll see these, guys. You will see these across the board. It's not gonna take much to pump this shit back up. I think NIO is officially ant shares again. What about the standard? What is the standard doing? Still moving average bullish on the daily. Can't get ahead of ourselves, but it's at resistance. Now, it's knocking on this resistance 3 times now since April. Macro resistance. And that kind of looks, and it's not, but it kind of looks like an inverse head and shoulders, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, flat neckline. It's not because this is Quasimodo. But to be honest with you, man, very low leverage, short with a stop above 10K again, probably isn't a bad idea. I think it is going to come back and test on real bodies the mid 8,000s. I do. Minimum. And then deleverage on the way down. But here's the problem with that, is that we're probably closer to a bounce than continued death, right? So locally, everything will rise during that. Everything. Wait for the rise. January, actually, for the backed, you have January 24th for back to launch, and then right after that is the ETF decision for VanEck Solid X. That's interesting. And a Zcoin Masternode is now $5,300. They used to be a $200,000 Masternode. No founders reward, 21.4 million max supply. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Man, I never thought I'd see the day. Pure insanity. Pure insanity. So, to play psychologist for a little bit, ADA. ADA still has that Coinbase pump, right? So we know that. And it's at macro 0.93 support. After this, we're looking at 611-ish. HODL, as in hold on for dear life. Not that we know that's not what it means, but yeah. Hang in there. Oh, and there goes Bitcoin. Looks like shit. So, where's it going to bounce? It'll bounce 37.76 and 3700-ish. 36.75 to 3700-ish. You'll get a bounce. If you get a chance to short 39.58 again, I would do it. But if it's easier for you to trade the inverse, 1 minus XBT. This is looking not half bad. Trade the inverse, right? It's right at 0.5 fib right now, so this should be resistance. And if it's not, we're definitely looking at the very high 3600s to 3700 as the next bout of resistance. Just for quick bounces, man. We can go full degen trading mode and quick flip the 5 minute, like legit. Because the only thing I'd be doing long term is like spot buys all the way down. This is almost, for me, if I had a 401k, like, which I do, but I'm saying, like, if I was systematically, like, putting money into a checking account, I would just route it into Bitcoin at this point. This is me. This is not advice. I'm talking about what I would be doing. And just laughing all the way to the bank. But yeah, run the inverse chart, guys, and trade a bull market. Really? Duco, I will still be here. What do you mean will I still be here? Yeah, I'll still be here. This is what I do, man. There's the bounce. Very short, but if you go into 5 minute, it doesn't look so bad. You know what I'm saying? I guess it does. But gotta be patient. All right, that'll do it. I'll be here all week, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, and we got to get back some of these profits. So, Link. All right, last ones. Link and EOS. Did Link die yet after that crazy run? A little bit. Oh, there you go. That's why it's going to bounce here. .5 and get it near 6,200-ish, 6,100-ish. But yeah, I'd be lining up buys at this 200 moving average on the daily, like straight up, like 5K sats, 52.30 and 5K. Oh baby, that should give easy 20% in like a day. That is just because it's perfect because it's right below the trend line. It breaks the trend line, it bounces, comes back up, retests it, fails, and continues on. And you capture this move. That is pristine. I'm glad we looked at that, Simon. EOS doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look great. Actually, looks like it wants to go up in the short term. But as I shared on Twitter, the US dollar chart looks worse. That's crazy looking, man. Like, where is the support? Because to me, it looks like the support is at like $1, $2. It's crazy. $2.62 would be next. But really, I $2, $2.10-ish, $2 looks like it'd be next on EOS. Unless this bitch wants to pump out the park. They got $1 billion war chest. You never know. It surely shocked me when the rest of the market died that EOS decided to go up. That was awesome. Real happy about that one. Nah. Although XLM at 3,600 isn't a bad idea. I have stops right under here. I'll probably get stopped out, but we'll see. I only have 20% of our position left. We took 80% of our profits on the way up, so it is what it is. All right. All right, guys, like the video if you like the video. I'll be back tomorrow. The overall theme of this is short into pumps. Okay? If you need to use the inverse chart, it's 1 minus XBT on TradingView. If you need to use that, do it. I don't, does Coin Signals have it? No. So if you need to do it, do it. All right? All right. One love. Have a good day. You know where to find me.